NASCAR Countdown on ABC. Brought to you by Goodyear. Innovative technology to help you get there.
Closing in on the start here at Talladega Superspeedway, the car at the head of that line on pit road, that 20 machine, will be driven today by Tony Stewart. He is on the pole for today's race. He won the race at Daytona, this track's sister speedway, back in February. Can he do it again? Mike Massaro's with him now.
And Alan amidst a ton of talk about his contract this week, Tony Stewart said his focus is on winning races, and that's what you'll try to do today. How good's the car?
I think it's pretty good. I'm conversing with my truck series driver / expert, Chrissy Wallace here, so she's going to give me the tips that hopefully will carry us to victory lane today. So I'm excited. I mean, our Old Spice car is good. Qualified good, obviously, yesterday, and we didn't get a chance to really run it in the draft, so I don't know what it's going to do in a pack of cars yet, but the good news is in about 35-40 minutes, I want to know exactly what it's going to do in a big pack of cars.
Well, if Daytona's an indication, he'll do pretty good. He led 46 laps there, went to victory lane. The only guy who led more laps, Kyle Busch. Can't keep a good man down.
Kyle Busch is literally driving the wheels off. You know when you're hot, you're just hot. Gets his first win in 2008. Oh, yeah, boy. Come on, give me a group hug.
I love winning. I'll win as long as we can win.
Well, Kyle Busch has done a lot of winning in a short period of time. He turns 23 years old next week, and of all the drivers who've won in this series before the age of 23, Kyle has almost as many wins as the rest of them put together. The hottest driver in NASCAR right now starts 8th today. He's with our Shannon Spake.
Well, it certainly has been a great month for Kyle Busch. 3 wins in a row, looking to make history today here by making it 4 in a row. Such a young age, Kyle. How aware are you of the historical impact you're making on the sport?
Not much any. You know, we just go out there to try to win every week and do the best we can and see what we can get on given weekends, you know, and luckily in the past 3 weeks we've been able to get to victory lane, and hopefully here today it's none too different where we can try to win 4 in a row.
All right, well, good luck to you today. Kyle Busch, a month of firsts for him. His first win on a road course, his first win, looking to make his first win here at Talladega in the Nationwide Series today. Alan?
Certainly Kyle is on a roll, a driver getting on a roll like that. DJ, you've lived it before. Brad, you've seen it before in basketball and racing and all kinds of sports. How's it happen? What's it like?
Well, you have to have good equipment in this sport. That's the first thing, and Kyle does have that. He has good people around him. But the thing that's most impressive about him is that he's been able to do it in 3 different series, 3 different types of racing vehicles with 3 different crew chiefs, and doing all of this with just driving talent. He goes out and tells the crew what he needs, what they need to do to the car. He gets the job done, and that's very, very impressive to me.
You know, if you use the phrase best in the business, you think of people like Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and so on. Are we ready to put Kyle Busch in that best of the business class yet?
No, I don't think quite yet. I think in order to be great or to be the best in the business, you have to win championships, and that's in any sport. That's how that is determined. But Kyle Busch, if you go through this garage, or like DJ says, you watch him drive any of these vehicles, he is very, very talented. I mean, if we just think back to last year, we were sitting here talking about, you know, how many races this kid could have won if he hadn't have had problems. All of a sudden, that switch has been flipped, and now he is on a roll.
Kyle was not initially planning on running all of these Nationwide Series races and competing for the championship. Now he's saying, well, maybe. What do you think of the factors that are going to determine whether he competes for this championship or not?
I think the biggest factor is sponsorship dollars for Joe Gibbs Racing. Are they going to be able to support this team throughout the entire series? And it looks like that Kyle is something that he's seriously considering right now. But I really believe the bottom line is going to be, do they have the money to make this happen? If
anyone in this garage area can receive a sponsorship opportunity, it's going to be Kyle Busch, because when he gets in that race car, he is going to lead laps. He's going to have an opportunity to win the race. So if you're looking for a marketing opportunity, and off the racetrack, he's a very, very interesting young man. So he's a marketing dream.
Speaking of championship, Kyle 3rd in the standings as we check the points entering today's race. Clint Boyer is the top man in the points, just 9 ahead of Carl Edwards. That's as little as 2 finishing positions in today's race. Any of those top 3 could be the championship leader at the end of the day. We've heard from Kyle. Let us hear now from the point leader. We hear from Clint Boyer with Jamie Little.
Well, Alan, 9 points. That's the closest this first and second championship battle has been since 2001. So, Clint, you come in as the leader. How difficult will it be to leave here as the leader?
Well, Dan and all the guys will start off, but Camping World Chevrolet is fast. You know, it does everything in practice that you need it to do to win the race, but you know, right now you just got to keep that ball rolling, and Talladega is certainly one of those tracks where that ball can come to a screeching halt. You know, you never know what to expect here. You can get into trouble fast, so just got to use our heads here, be solid, you know, out on the racetrack on my end of it, and in the pits, you know, on their end of it. But hopefully we'll have a good day here, and we'll win this baby.
All right, well, this is one of 3 tracks, Alan, that Richard Childress Racing has never won in the Nationwide Series. Perhaps Clint Boyer will do the job.
And he takes the green in 6th position today. Well, this is the day of the NFL Draft. To look at New York, Radio City Music Hall, where the NFL Draft is being held. Football teams picking players they hope will help them win games in seasons to come. While we'll see the racing version of the draft plenty through the afternoon, let's take a few minutes and put 4 of our experts on the spot. Earlier, we made them draft a team of racers they think can outrun the others today, 3 apiece, and each team must include a series regular. Basically, we're going to combine their finishes, and like golf, the lowest score wins. It doesn't pay anything. It's just our version of a pool on draft day. And note the lower left-hand note. No cheating. Sometimes in racing, it's important to say that. Through the random draw, DJ got the first pick. DJ, who'd you pick and why?
Well, I went with a man that's the fastest here so far, Tony Stewart, as my first choice. He won the race at Daytona. I think that he has an excellent opportunity. Even though he hasn't won here at Talladega, I think that he has that chance today. I went with David Rudiman, a good friend of mine, obviously, but I think that David has learned a lot over the last couple of years racing here, and he'll give me a good finish today. And then a young man that I've been very impressed with all year, Brad Keselowski, is going to bring that car home. If he doesn't win the race, he's going to be right up front.
That's a pretty strong team. Shannon, you got the second pick.
Well, not a bad pick for Dale, but here I go. Number 1, I have Kyle Busch. Because like every good lineman, Kyle Busch has certainly proved this season that he has the ability to block, something that's very important here at Talladega. Number 2, David Reagan. He finished 4th in his first start here at Talladega last year, a top 10 at Daytona earlier this season. The youngest of the Roush camp, certainly impressive on these super speedways. And my final pick, the nationwide only driver, is Jason Leffler. He is the franchise player or driver at Braun Racing, and his skills on the super speedway can't be overlooked.
Strong.
Man. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to blow them all away. My first guy is out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, in the Delphi Chevrolet, Mr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. His record speaks for itself, especially here at Talladega. Second, I'm going to go with a young man who got his first win this year out of Wausau, Wisconsin, Scott Wimmer. I expect Scott to win 2 or 3 more races, and he could win this race here today in the Chevrolet, the Holiday Inn Chevrolet. And then we're going to go out of Milwaukee, Oregon. Get my man starting second outside pole, Mike Bliss, in the Miccosukee Resorts Chevrolet. He's very, very talented, and Mike is on the verge of getting a win.
Very geographically diverse team there. Who's left, Mike? You picked last.
Well, it's difficult to pick 4th. I find myself in a hole, but I think I've got a pretty solid team. And I start with my number 1 draft pick, Carl Edwards. I mean, he's the defending series champion. He's in the midst of a 29-race winless streak, and I think he's due. The second guy, Clint Boyer. He's never won here in Talladega, but he drives for Richard Childress Racing, and we know their record at this type of a racetrack. That's pretty good, too. My dark horse, Mike Wallace. He has 2 victories at restrictor plate tracks, although they both came at Daytona, one in a truck, one in a nationwide car, and I think Mike Wallace might be the dark horse today. I think I've got a solid team, guys.
I'm just sitting here thinking that in a racing draft at Talladega, Junior fell to the 3rd pick. That's kind of a Brady Quinn.
I tricked him. I Jedi mind tricked him. I distracted him with cupcakes yesterday when we were doing this.
Is that what it was? All right, so let's recap. Who picked who? And oh, look, we're just
man, look at those mustaches, man.
Old school photos there.
Oh, that's scary. That is scary. DJ,
wow.
man, what was going on?
Did you pay for those sunglasses?
That's sweet. That is sweet.
Couldn't have. Wow, that is nice.
All right. Hey, it's just for fun. We'll come back later in the day. And by the way, I'm the commissioner. I'm in charge. Someone can sway a tie vote with buying me dinner.
Yeah, here's a 20 right now.
Later on.
Yeah.
There you go. Time for break on NASCAR Countdown. Dale Earnhardt Jr. We will talk to him next. He starts 7th in today's race. Heard one of our draftees, Jason Leffler. He's on the inside of row 2. Dario Franchitti outside row 2. We'll see how he does in the NASCAR draft at Talladega.